Before we get started, let me quickly explain how this course is going to work. The idea of this course is to give you the tools and understanding necessary to build your own custom responsive themes, or to take existing themes and make them responsive. To make this process easier, I've created a custom theme just for you that you can use as you follow along with this course. The theme starts off as a regular static theme, and as you progress, you'll incorporate responsive features that in the end will make it fully responsive. All the techniques taught in this course are universal, though you may have to change them a bit to fit different themes. The cool thing about this course is that when you're done, you'll have a fully responsive and quite advanced theme you can use for your own website. I designed and built the theme with this in mind so that you didn't have to start over with your own theme when you're done, unless you want to, that is. Let's take a look at this new theme called Anaximander and see what it does once you're finished with the course. The theme comes with lots of built-in functionality. From the top, this theme has optional social icons if you want to link your theme to Twitter or Facebook, along with a search box. Then we have a custom header with a custom menu that's hooked into the WordPress menu system that has nice drop-downs. The header is responsive, and you can also add an optional header image if you want to. In the course, I'll show you how to add a featured content slider like the one you see here. We'll also incorporate what's called masonry type layouts. It's that type of layout you see here on the front page, where all the content stacks next to one another. And if we resize the window, you'll see the content reorganize to fit the screen. And if we go into a single post, you'll see we have a responsive layout again that responds to the size of the screen and fits all screens. And we also have advanced features like a display of related posts under each individual single post and footer widgets. In developing this course, I wanted to give you a reward at the end, which is why I built the Anaximander theme. Once you've completed this course, you'll have an advanced, responsive WordPress theme you can use for your own website if you like. And this theme is only available right here on lynda.com. If I ask you how you access the web these days, I bet your answer will be something like, with my phone or with my tablet, before it is on my desktop computer. With the introduction of smartphones and tablets, the way people visit and interact with the web has changed completely. In the past, the web was focused mainly on desktop computers with ever larger screens. Now, the web needs to focus on the exact opposite: mobile computers and smaller screens. You may have heard the term responsive design, or possibly responsive layouts, bandied about, and you may have a general idea of what it is. Regardless, let me give you a short primer. What you see here is the original responsive web design article written by Ethan Marcotte and published on A List Apart on May 25th, 2010. This article outlines what was to become the definition of responsive web design. The idea presented in the article is that any website should conform and realign the content to the device that's accessing it, so that if the screen is big, you have a lot of content. If the screen is small, you reorganize the content so that it fits and give the users a good user experience. This idea was quite revolutionary when the article was published, but now responsive design has become the new standard for the web, and it should be the new standard for the web, because we as web developers and designers need to ensure that when people visit websites with different devices, they should get a consistent experience through all these different devices so that they recognize the website and they know what's going on. But that's all theory. Let's look at some examples. First, let's look at a website that's not responsive. This is the website I made for the 12x12 Vancouver Photo Marathon several years ago. It looks great on a desktop, and it functions quite well. However, if I reduce the size of my window, you'll see that this site is not responsive. If I reduce it down past the standard width of the site, you'll see that the margins of my window start covering content. And to access the content, I have to use a scroll bar to scroll left and right. And if you were to visit this site using a cell phone or a tablet, you'd notice you'd have to do pinch and zoom behavior to be able to see all the content and read it. That is not a good user experience, and that is not responsive design. If you want to employ responsive design on a WordPress site, you really don't have to go any further than the 2011 theme, which is the stock theme for WordPress. The 2011 theme is already responsive, so if I reduce the size of the window here, you'll see that the content reorganizes and reshapes to fit the size of the window. And you'll see that content like the sidebar will appear when there's room for it and disappear, or rather move down to the bottom of the site when there's no room. This allows for a consistent look and design across multiple devices without forcing the users to have to do extra behaviors to get to all the content. Lastly, let's take a look at the project we're going to be working on in this course. For this course, I created a new WordPress theme that you can work with, you're going to customize, and that you can use for your own website if you want to when you're done. This theme is fully responsive, and you can see it when we resize the window. The front page has a masonry layout that automatically reorganizes the content depending on the size of the screen. And you'll notice that in addition, the menu changes from a standard list menu to a more advanced menu when the screen gets small enough so that it's easier to use on touch devices. If we go to a single post, you'll see that on small screens, the title and all the information is on top. But as we scale up the window, you'll see that the title and other information slide to the left side, leaving the content on the right. The whole point of having a website is for people to be able to access the information on that website. That means as the technology landscape changes, so the website has to change to accommodate this new reality. Responsive design is at the heart of this new paradigm.